Hey there friends, welcome back for another video here on my YouTube channel. This is Cassie. Today we are going to be making a card with this brand new released stamp set called Slimline Chicks. This is by Trinity Stamps, and this happens to be a part of an Instagram hop. So I'm going to have all that information linked down below, so you'll want to go to the description box so that you can check out all the details and make sure that you can head to my Instagram because there is a prize. All right, so I have started off using a piece of yellow cardstock, and I am inking up my image with some Blackout ink by Ink on 3, and I'm going to just stamp it a couple times to make sure that I have a good impression. This cardstock that I had does have texture on one side, so I flipped it over because I wanted to make sure that I would get a good impression the second time around, because sometimes when you have texture, it makes it a little bit difficult. What I'm going to do is I'm going to color with colored pencils. These are my Prismacolor pencils. These are what I had handy. We just recently moved, so this is what I had right there available as far as my colored pencils go, and I do like my Prismacolor pencils, so that is what I used. I started off with some orange, kind of colored all the little bits of each of the chicks that would be orange, and now I'm going to come in with some yellow. So I started off with a dark yellow, and I'm going to blend that out with a lighter yellow. I do come in with an even lighter yellow and decide that I do not like that, so I'm not going to do that for the rest of the chicks. But this is why I decided to stamp it onto some yellow cardstock. All those chicks in my mind were going to be yellow, so I thought that this would be the best way to not have to use as much time with coloring. Even though I totally love doing the coloring, sometimes you need something that's a little bit quicker, and so pick a color of cardstock that would be maybe a lighter color, and then you can color right on top of it with all of your colored pencils. And that's why colored pencils are such a great asset to have in your craft room, because it does give you lots and lots of options for coloring. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm going to go through all those chicks and basically just kind of round their faces a little bit, put a little bit of the darker shade where I think there might be a little bit of shadowing and shading, and then blend that out just a little bit with my lighter yellow. And then I will come in with some different colors for all the little various pieces of our chicks, whether it be the little bow ties or the balloon or the heart or their hat. And I'm doing the same process. Start with a darker color and blend that out a little bit with a lighter color. And you can do this on all kinds of cardstock. And then when I've got all of their little pieces colored, then I'm going to go through and, just grab other colors. But this, for the eggs, this is the part that I think is so cool. Taking a white color pencil and coloring the eggshells, because then they really, really pop. The one thing about colored pencils is that if you're not careful, you can go right over the top of your line, and that can be a little bit difficult to, cover up. So if you are concerned about that, if you're using a stamp positioning tool, stamp your image, leave the stamp where it is, color your image, and then you can stamp right back over the top of that. So that way, any of those lines that you might have colored with your colored pencil, you can bring those back. And this next part that I've decided to do is to color the background. Just to make those chicks pop even more, I've brought in like a dark gray color, and I'm coloring all the bits that would be in between the chicks and, on the outside of the chicks. So now they're really, really popping. And this really didn't take that much time. It probably took about 20 minutes to color this whole image. I imagine it would take a lot longer if I had to color all the chicks completely in, but this was so much fun. All right, my next step is to bring in the modern embossed frame panels. These are Slimline, and so I chose not the largest, but the second largest one. It's going to fit those perfectly. And I'm just going to tack that down with a little bit of washi tape and then run that through my die cutting machine. This is a really cool die because not only does it cut out Slimline, but it gives you this nice embossed edge all around. My card base was measured to 7 inches by 8.5 and scored at 3.5 inches. So 7 by 8.5, yeah, is that what I said? 7 inches by 8.5, scored at 3.5. And then that'll fit on there nicely. Now I have these Pearblossom press. This is the white gel pen. Amanda has these new to her store, so I love them. This is probably my favorite white gel pen. I'll keep using my other ones just because I have plenty, but this thing is so great because it gives you this beautiful line. Sometimes when I'm trying to come in with white gel pen, especially in a small area, I have a tendency to get it all over, but this worked so well for their little eyes. And so I'll just fill those in with that white gel pen. And then for the inside of my card, I'm going to do the same thing that I did at the front. I'll just stamp a chick And then I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments next to her that says, "You crack me up." And then I will stamp my other sentiment that's going to go on the outside of my card, just onto some white cardstock. And then I'll color in my chick on the inside with the same process, just using a white colored pencil for the eggshell, and then those same exact colors to color my chick. So rounding her little face with the darker color, blending that out with the lighter yellow, and then coloring in the beak with some orange. And that'll finish the inside. I just love that. So colored pencils on colored cardstock is just super fun. The next step is assembly after I cut out my sentiment. So this is the sentiment that's going to go on the outside. It says, "You're my favorite chick." This stamp set has so many great little sentiments on it. So I think this is a fun stamp set, not only for Easter or spring, but just about any time. This whole Slimline series of critters and things that cover a whole slimline is just super fun and fabulous in my mind. I love it. And this image is so cute. All right, so I will glue down my panel, then I'll glue down my sentiment. And then I want to bring in some glossy accents because this little chick has glasses on, and I kind of covered part of his glasses, but we're going to put some over his glasses. We'll put some on the little heart, and then we'll put some on the balloon as well. And then when we are done with that, that's going to finish off our card. So like I said, this is a part of an Instagram hop, so head down to my description box down below to check out all the product if that's what you're interested in, and also check out the Instagram hop so you can head there and hop around and get inspired. If you liked this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye everybody!